You are now about to witness.
Hello. Hit me.
This is a test.
It's serious.
It's a dream.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Ladies and gentlemen.
Let the rhythm.
Oh, I love this stuff.
Now, here comes the music.
Are you ready?
Okay, boys, here we go.
Right, hello, you're listening to Cavan Community Radio 97.4 FM, and this is The Beat with me, Darren Curran, and we've got an exclusive here this evening, folks. We have a live recording for you here this evening. I'm here with Gerry O'Reilly. How you doing, Gerry?
Well, Darren, how are you?
Would you like to tell the listeners, Gerry, what sort of stuff you do and what to expect?
Well, I'm influenced by the likes of Bob Dylan, Christy Moore, pretty much anything though. I'm into any sort of music.
How did you get into playing the guitar, Gerry? Where did that come from, or how long are you at the guitar?
I wanted to play the guitar for years and kept putting it off, as you do, and eventually it was bought as a gift for me, so I felt that I was made kind of use it, so I eventually took it up then. Right,
and did it take you long from when you first got it to get into the swing of things?
Well, I'm at it a year now, and I can say I'm probably only playing it middling properly now, maybe.
Right.
But it does take a bit of time, yeah.
And in them first few months, was there times when you said, look, I'm going to get this up, and that's the end of that?
For about 3 months, I said that to myself every day. It was hard work.
And it's just pure perseverance, I presume, in the end that you made it through.
Definitely perseverance,
yeah,
definitely.
And from hearing you on the gigging scene and that, which is where I heard Gerry first off, you have a good influence of stuff. So what is it? You said Christy Moore there. So what is the other influences on you?
Yeah, well, it's like Irish or kind of folk music. We have Bob Dylan, and any of them sort of, even older artists is more probably what I'm into them.
Yeah, but you'd be mainly into your Irish and folk sort of.
Yeah, that kind of music.
Anything with acoustic origins, basically.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, so you take your turn in a lot of songs. Right, what is the first number you're going to do?
I'm going to sing a song from David Gray, This Year's Love.
Okay, folks, exclusively live here on The Beat is Gerry O'Reilly and his version of David Gray's This Year's Love. Take it away, Gerry.
How my heart gets torn when it hurts, gets so feeling like you can't go on. Turning circles time again, it cuts like a knife. And if you love me, got to know for sure. It takes something more this time, sweet, sweet lies, before I open up my arms and fall, losing all control, every dream inside my soul. Won't you kiss me on that midnight street, sweet me off my feet, singing ain't this life so sweet. This year's love is fading. Year's love is fadeless. Who's to worry if our hearts get torn when that hurt gets thrown? Don't you know this life goes on? Won't you kiss me on that midnight street, sweep me off my feet, singing ain't this life so
Right, there we go. That was Gerry O'Reilly live here on The Beat and his acoustic version of This Year's Love. Right, Gerry, gigging scene, how is it going for you? Where does the gigs be mostly, or where did it originate for you?
Well, gigging as such, now, I had my first gig there back in January. Before that, now it would have been late nights in the Stressod with a few pints in and singing. I'd
say I could vouch for a lot of musicians in Ireland that's where most of the good gigs go down, is a good acoustic session in some of our pubs here. And so with the likes of the Fla and that coming up, like, there does be a lot of music sessions organised, like not only Irish music, but I'm sure you've noticed, like even just if you take out a guitar at all, like that you're going to get a group of people.
Exactly, yeah, very much so now. You can't beat a session like that now.
And I noticed there a couple of weeks ago I was at the Young Variety Show. I seen you done a number on that. How did that come about?
That came about, I was asked to do it one night again with a few pints free, but I reluctantly agreed. Right. But I was glad I'd done it in the end. Pretty nerve-wracking, but got there in the end.
Yeah, right. And how many nights did you do that over, John?
I done 4 nights of that, a song a night, so it wasn't too bad. It was
did you do a couple of songs, or was it just the one song?
Just the one for this year now. I was maybe a few more next year maybe.
And what was the song that you done?
I done a song called North and South by Christy Moore.
And would you like to give our listeners here on The Beat another rendition of it?
I don't mind it, sure, I'll give it a go, won't you?
Fair enough, Gerry. Okay, here we go. Here's Gerry's second song on The Beat, and I'll let him introduce it this time.
This is North and South from Christy Moore.
Exclusively live here on 97.4 FM, Cavan Community Radio with me, Darren Curran, on The Beat.
Reach out over the lock and feel your hands across the water. Walk with you along an unapproved road, not looking over my shoulder. I wanna see, I wanna hear, to understand your fear. North and south of the river, doing this wrong all of my life. This holy town has turned me over. Man on the run from what he couldn't understand. The wind from the lock blew colder and colder. There was a badness that had its way, but love wasn't lost, it just got mislaid. North and south of the river, north and south of the river. We stopped playing these old tattoos. Darling, I don't have the answer. Need you for where you are, and I don't need you to surrender. There's no feeling that's so alone as when the one you're hurting is your own. North and south of the river, some high ground is not worth taking, some connections are not worth making. The old church bell no longer ringing, and some old songs are not worth singing. North and south of the river, north and south of the river.
Cavan Community Radio.
Local issues, local voices. Cavan Community Radio, 97.4 FM.
Yeah, there we go. That was Gerry O'Reilly here on the beat with me, Darren Curran, and that was his version of Christy Moore's North and South of the River. And did it take you long to learn that, Gerry, or what was the story there?
That was my first song I learned. It took me a long time with that song because I was only learning at the time, so it did take quite a while. And
generally, would it take you long to learn a song, or what way does that work?
Not so much now anymore, but I'm trying to get into more difficult songs to play, like you know. But you'd never be done learning, you know.
And as regards learning the song, would you learn the words first, or is it the guitar bit of it first?
I try to learn both together, more or less. I try to play and learn at the same time lyrics, so that's the way I find. That's why I do it.
Trial and error basis, really. In
that
regard.
Exactly.
Right, as regards the gigging scene, Gerry, what do you hope the next 12 months bring you? Are you open for bookings, like for any of our listeners out there that maybe you're looking for? Anybody do a bit of music? Are you open for bookings and the likes of that?
In the near future, maybe. Maybe not just yet, but you'll find me in the stress on any weekend if anyone wants to.
Gerry's a native out here in Drung, where I'm from, listeners. The stress on Drung, so you can find him there most weekends. Yeah, you can just look in the corner and he'll have his guitar case open, and if you want to throw in €1 too, you can. That's kind of the way it works. Is that the way it works, Gerry?
Yeah, that's the way it will work.
That's the way it works. So Gerry's going to do another song or two for us here on the beat. What are you going to do for us next, Gerry, or have you any idea?
I'm going to try Bob Dylan, Blowing in the Wind.
Right, Bob Dylan, Blowing in the Wind. So I'll hand you over to Gerry again, and I thought.
Cavan Community Radio.
Local issues, local voices. Cavan Community Radio, 97.4 FM.
Must a man walk down before you call him a man? How many seas must a white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand? How many times must the cannonballs fly before they're forever banned? My friend, blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. How many years can a mountain exist before it's washed to the sea? How many years can some people exist before they're allowed to be free? How many times can a man turn his head and pretend that he just doesn't see? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. How many times can a man look up before he can see the sky? Listen, how many ears must one man have before he can hear people cry? And how many deaths will it take till he knows that too many people have died? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. when we sailed out to sea, out from the sweet town of Derry, for Australia bound if we didn't all drown. And the tots of our feathers we carried, in rusty iron chains we sighed out for wind, and our good women we left in sorrow, as the mainsails unfurled our courses we hurled on the English and tots of tomorrow. And oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. And oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. Out of the file bid farewell to the soil, as down below the decks we were lying. Oh, Doherty screamed, woken out of a dream, of a vision of old Robert dying. The sun had burnt cruel as we dished out the gruel, and O'Connor was down with the fever. 60 rebels today bound for Botany Bay. How many would meet their receiver? And oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. And oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. Them to hell as the bow fought the swell. Our ship danced like a moth in the firelight. White horses rode high as the devil passed by, taking souls to Hades by twilight. 5 weeks out to sea, we were now 43. We buried our comrades each morning, and in our own slime we were lost in the time of endless night without dawning. And oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. And oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. Van Diemen's Land, it is hell for a man to live out his whole life in slavery, where the climate is raw and the gun makes the law. Neither wind nor rain care for bravery. 20 years have gone past and I've ended me bond. The comrades go squawk behind me. A rebel I came and I'm still the same. On a cold winter's night you will find me. And oh, I wish I was back home in Derry. And oh, I wish I was back home in Derry.
Right, there we go. That was Gerry O'Reilly, exclusively live here on The Beat. And I'm sure you'll be back to do another couple of tunes for us when you get rich and famous, Gerry.
Hopefully, yeah.
So what is the plans when you get rich and famous? Will you be out in Vegas now?
Oh no, I'll hang around. I'll stay around.
Stay around.
I'll stay around to come back into you, Darren.
You'll definitely come back in and play a few tunes.
I will surely.
I
definitely will.
Oh, that'll do. And sure. Until the next time, have you anything to say to our listeners, Gerry, just before we leave here?
Thanks for listening, and I hope you liked a few songs.
There we go. That was Gerry Riley, exclusively live here on The Beat on 97.4 FM, Cavan Community Radio, and I'll chat to you again soon. Okay, good luck.
Cavan Community Radio.
Local issues, local voices. Cavan Community Radio, 97.4 FM.